Welcome to Tom Benson Stadium in Canton, Ohio, the birthplace of American football and the home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's day 4 of the International Federation of American Football World Championships. Japan and the U.S. have each claimed 2 of the first 4 world titles, and they face off today in the gold medal game. Hi again, everybody. Tom Linder along with Joe Dunn. We've got a great matchup. It's the gold medal game. 5 American Football World Championship games have been contested. Japan won the first 2, starting in 1999 and 2003. And the United States has won the last 2, and they face off tonight. Joe, they got it right.
They got the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed before the tournament. They are here playing for the gold medals. They got it right, and everybody that has been here for 10 days looking forward to this one tonight.
The first meeting came between these two teams early, and it was a win by the Americans.
Americans are averaging over 51 points a game. You can see why. Kevin Burke to Steelman, and then the interception early didn't phase the American offense. They kept coming at you. Great running backs. We're going to talk about Wimberly a little bit later, but they come at you in waves. Just not one player for America. They've got a well-run, well-oiled machine on offense. They can run, they can throw, add in the defense. This is a very tough team to beat tonight.
Both of these teams can play offense. They can put up points, as you see, and they'll do it from every place on the field. They can run it, they can throw it, and it should be an outstanding contest. No surprise that the offensive players are going to be the players to watch tonight, and there's a couple of outstanding players on both teams.
There was Shohei Kato, one of the top quarterbacks we have seen all week long. There's been a lot of good quarterbacks. This kid you're looking at right there is one of the best. He can run, he can throw, tremendous leader. He knows the challenge tonight. He'll be ready. And there is Aaron Wimberly out of Iowa State. This kid is running the ball very strong, over 240 yards in over 30 carries thus far. He's just one of a trio of American running backs. They're going to make it very difficult for Japan tonight. Watch, however, Aaron Wimberly.
And we are set to kick it off live from Canton, Ohio. And this one is going to go out the back of the end zone, caught right before it goes out and down. Japan won the toss. They wanted the football as we take a look at the two coaches matching up in this gold medal championship. First of all, for Japan, head coach Kiyoyuki Mori. He has had his team in the championship as a program. They have 2 golds, a silver, and a bronze in the first 4. And taking a look at head coach Dan Hawkins, formerly of Boise State and Colorado. He's got this USA team playing at their best. Look at those coaches, brought to you by Marriott, official hotel partner of USA Football.
Well, they've been playing football in Japan, believe it or not, since 1936. Coach Mori hasn't been there that long, but he's a good one.
They'll put a man in motion. Kato at quarterback. He was replaced on Wednesday by Tetsuo Takada, but back at the controls, quick out. One of the reasons that you're going to see Shohei Kato is those numbers you saw as we take a look at the offense of Japan.
There's Kato. He is a guy that has really impressed everybody this week. As we said, a number of good quarterbacks. Kato is one of the best. Strength of this unit, I think, is in their wide receivers. Kinoshita, Kurihara, Hasashi. They are a good group. They can catch the football. They've got to be at their best tonight.
Quick out, nets 3. It's 2nd and 7. First possession for Japan. Looking right. Pass is complete. Out into the flats and a big hit. Wow. Making the reception, Yuta Hayashi, and he paid for it. Stepping up to make the hit, Mike Edwards, a local product out of Northeast Ohio. He went from Beechwood, Ohio, all the way to Hawaii to play his college football. He comes up, bang, from the big state. Hello.
If you want to make a statement early in a football game, that is a statement defensively. There you take a look at him, about 35 miles south of where he made his home in Beechwood. Outstanding player, and that is a big hit to start this football game.
5'9", 190. And the receiver on that end, Hayashi, had to think he weighed about 250 pounds. What a collision on that pass play, and the big hit negates the opportunity for any extra yardage. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Biggest crowd of the tournament, and they love that one.
3 receiver set, throwback, slant, and a beauty complete. On the receiving end, Takashi Kirihara. He's one of the main targets for the quarterback, Shohei Kato, as we take a look at the United States defense.
I like the defensive backs as the strength of that USA defense. Edwards, Slater, Virgil, Stokes. They can all cover. They can all hit. That's their strength. Cato's going to have his hands full tonight, but they came right back. Cato looked off and made the first down pass. That's why he's special.
Where they had everybody lined up to the right. He looked that way, then came back left with the perfect pinpoint precision, and they've got a first down on their first drive. Running through the heart of the USA defense, Ryo Takagi. And Ryo Takagi with the first down. Good yardage up the middle. Remember, these two teams met early on in this tournament back on the 12th of July. Here's a good handoff inside.
Yeah, good hole over that right side of the line. And again, it's that defensive secondary. They had to come up and make the hit. That was Slater out of West Texas A&M that's going to come up and make the initial hit.
Quick trap and over pursuit by the linebackers turns into a first down for Japan. They've got back-to-back first downs. They're on the move here in their first possession, first quarter. Pump fake, back over the middle. Pass is complete. On the reception, Naoki Maeda for Japan, and it's another first down. And right now, Shohei Kato is carving up this USA defense.
This is what makes Kato an outstanding quarterback. Look at him. He looks off the first receiver, comes back into the middle. Defensive backs looking at the eyes right now. They got to stay with the receivers.
Timing route, he split the free safety and the strong safety perfectly. Mayata with the catch, and it's another Japanese first down. At the control, Shohei Kato. Kato barks out the signal. Handoff inside. Nothing there. Good penetration along the defensive line. Jack Sherlock, the 6'4", 250-pounder out of South Dakota State, and Chicago, Illinois with the stop.
You got Sherlock at 250, Brian Wick at 280, and Alec May at 245 across the front. Not real big, but awful quick, and that's why you see why those quick down linemen can get off their blocks in a hurry and make plays just like that.
Little inside stunt. He beat Yataro Kobayashi. And because of that, it's a loss of 1 on the play. Make it 2, 2nd and 12. Wanting to go down the field. Oh, and it's picked off. Intercepted. It's picked off. Headed the other direction. Still on his feet. It's David Guthrie. Guthrie could go all the way, and he does. USA with an interception and a touchdown. A promising drive ends in a pick 6 for the U.S.
Kato underthrew it, and David Guthrie out of New Mexico picked it off. That is worth one more look. Kato stares down the receiver, just throws it short. Boy, that would have taken a perfect throw to get it in between the USA defenders, and Guthrie with a full head of steam gets a great block right there from Alex Gross and scores the touchdown.
A great job by Gross. And they throw the 2-point conversion, and it is good. Complete, and that's the Mount Union connection. Division III, from Burke, the quarterback, to his favorite receiver in college. That's Luke Meacham, and it's quickly 8-0. Japan had all the momentum until the interception. 75-yard interception return to start the ball game for the U.S. defense.
First bad throw Kato has made, and he pays the price. Guthrie going back on defense, backpedaling, looking over his shoulder. He's going to go all the way. Escort into the end zone. That is Cliff Stokes running side by side. Didn't need a block at that point, but watch the block right here. This is going to be Alex Gross who throws the key block. If anybody was going to get him, not now. Good block by Gross, and here comes Guthrie right at you for the touchdown.
Kobayashi had a shot at him. As we take a look at the extra point, Burke quickly out. Nice little bubble screen. Look at the big block laid out there in the open field by the offensive lineman, Alex Land.
There you get a look. Yeah, David Guthrie.
Now, if we can keep that picture directly behind him, you're going to see the linebacker who is ineligible for this game. Behind the Guthrie was the linebacker for the United States who was disqualified because of an illegal block, B.J. Beatty. He's not allowed to be on the bench, but he's directly behind his team in support of them. We'll talk more about that later. On the kickoff return, big hit.
Derek Webb out of Colorado, number 40, says, how do you do? Right at the 15-yard line.
Takashi Kirihara, who's had a big game on the receiving end. was the recipient of a pretty big hit on that kickoff return. He'll head back to the huddle where he'll take his position as a wide receiver on this very potent Japanese offense. So a defensive touchdown on a pick six. There's a good look at B.J. Beatty. Unfortunately for him, he had a targeting block on an interception play, and he is disqualified for the next game. Unfortunately for him, it happens to be the gold medal game. Outstanding player out of Colorado, but a big part of this USA football squad. Handoff goes to the left side. Ryo Takagi. Takagi is wrapped up and brought down. And I think that interception kind of woke up the defense a little bit, Joe. They were kind of sleepwalking through this.
Trying to run to the left side and nothing doing. Again, that quick hitting American defense. Again, that was Alex Gross out of Kettering, Ohio, a Buckeye. Played his college football in the Ivy League at Columbia.
Second down and 10. Fake handoff, rolling right, still looking. Cato fires it down the field, overthrows everybody, including the defense. Intending that down the field for his wide receiver. In coverage defensively for the U.S., it was Curtis Slater.
There you see Slater again. You can't say enough about these USA defensive backs. Stokes at 185, Robert Virgil at 205, Edwards only 5'9", but 185. Slater, 5'8", 185. Not real big, but boy, they have come up with at least two huge hits here in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the game.
That pass was intended for Noriaki Kinoshita. Goes incomplete, and it's now third down and 10 for Cato. Shotgun, three-step drop out into the flats. He's got his man racing for the first down, and a tackle in hot pursuit, and a nice tackle. Could have stopped the first down by Alex Gross out of Columbia, and another Ohio native from Kettering, Ohio, and that tackle saves the first down. Good pursuit, because it looked as though the speedy wide receiver, I should say the back out of the backfield, Takuya Fioratani, might have had first down yardage.
Yeah, Gross never gave up on the play. Trailing it, made up a lot of ground and got him right at the shoe stops to bring him down.
Stops the first down, leaves Japan short, 4th and 1. United States thinking perhaps a fake. It brought some extra people up on the line of scrimmage. They'll snap it back. And the kick is away for the U.S. Brian Douglas takes it, finds a seam, sidesteps a tackler, straight arms another. He's got running room to the 40, to the 30. The foot races on. He stumbles and falls down. Not sure that they could have gotten him if he doesn't stumble, but a great return nonetheless for Brian Douglas out of Boise State and Los Angeles, California.
Watch this. Looks like he's going to take it all the way, and all of a sudden, the Turf Devil arrives. That's what we call him. Where's he at? Where's he at? There he is. He just jumps up and makes the tackle. That had touchdown written all over it until he slipped.
Already special teams and defense a big factor in the early going of this one. Not quite halfway through. 43-yard return on the punt. Here's the handoff. First carry of the night for Foster, and he's got good yardage. And boy, what a great push from that offensive line.
That offensive line is huge. The big guys up front. 375. That is a Toei. Mike Christie at 316. Charlie Tuttle 300, and the big guy at right tackle, he is huge, 6'5", 275. That is Harris.
Foster gets it again. He's got running room. He takes it to the outside. He's inside the 10. It's a first down for the United States, and they're threatening again inside the 5.
There's the defense. They've got their hands full, especially those linebackers. They've got to be able to read in a hurry. Tascada, Suzuki, Amaye, they are the keys to defense. They got to be backpedaling. They got to be aware of the run and the pass. Tough assignments tonight.
From the 5-yard line, first and goal. Foster hurdles one, tries to straight arm through another, and just does get back to the line of scrimmage. So Daniel Foster out of Texas Tech had a huge game against Japan in game one. 12-84, 2 touchdowns as we take a look at the quarterback, Kevin Burke.
I'll tell you, he has been special. Out of Division III Mount Union, don't let that fool you, though. 38 of 45, 365 yards, 5 touchdowns, been picked 3 times here in the tournament.
Second down at 5. Handoff. Foster Perhaps setting up a bootleg, and now the coaches upstairs are looking and going, boy, he keeps that ball. Luke Meacham, his favorite target, one of his favorite targets at Mount Union while through his college days. Looked wide open. Let's see if they come back to this. The handoff nets just one. It's 3rd and goal from the 4.
No huddle. No huddle.
Knocking on the door. Burke will keep it, stretches, reaches, can't get there. It's going to bring up decision time for head coach Dan Hawkins. 4th and about 1.5. They'll spot it at the 1, and I got to believe the U.S. will go for it.
Got a dangerous look at Burke reach out with the football. A lot of coaches don't like to see that, but Burke, with second effort, trying to get into the end zone. Big play here on 4th down.
Look for Nick Griffin to lead block. He's number 27 to the right of your screen. Foster behind him from under center. Burke turns, hands, lead block, and the Japanese defense holds.
Wow. They make a statement, Tom. I'll tell you, that looked like it was going to get into the end zone over the right side. He was about a half a yard away, and then the Japanese came. Boom, boom, down he goes. Watch it again.
The ruling on the field is that the runner was short of the goal line.
Oh, yeah.
That play is under review.
That wasn't close. He did not get close to the end zone, about a half a yard away. Good spot by the officials down there. One more look at this. Boy, when he squares up the shoulders, Tom, looks like he's going to get in. Boom! Didn't get anything after the initial hit.
Yeah, he might not get credit for the tackle, but it was Masayoshi Shikata who penetrated in and knocked the blocker, fullback Nick Griffin, back into Foster. And that's what knocked him backwards. He lost momentum. You saw him get literally knocked in the air, had no footing and no power or strength whatsoever behind that push to get to the goal line. So a nice job. You're going to hear his number a lot from that Japan defense. Masayoshi Shikata, he's a good one, and he was a big part of that goal line stand. So
he was there. He was there in a hurry.
Japan will take over. We're just under 5 minutes remaining first quarter. A very rapidly moving first quarter from his own end zone. Quarterback, Shohei Kato. Handoff, back up towards the line of scrimmage. The United States defense thinks they have a safety. They think they have a safety, but able to get over the goal line and back near the original line of scrimmage is the running back, Ryo Takagi.
Let's watch where he was hit. Gets the football, gets over the line of scrimmage, over the goal line, and then he goes down. Good call by the officials, but boy, big challenge here for Kato.
Loss of maybe half a yard on the play in all actuality. And now we've got a timeout.
Timeout, USA. That is their first of the half.
Dan Hawkins takes a timeout.
Not sure what he was looking at down there, but Dan Hawkins calls the timeout with 4:15 to go, and is a very exciting first quarter here in Canton, Ohio. 8-0 USA leads, but boy, Japan right now deep in their own territory inside the 1 yard line. Let's look at this again. USA thought they had him caught in the end zone, but he was out by at least a half a yard.
Yeah, forward progress had him at least the half to the 1 yard line, and then he was dragged back, and even at that point the ball literally failed to break the plane of the goal. Dan Hawkins out to talk to his team, now back on the sideline.
Dan Hawkins, excellent college football coach at Boise State, later with the Colorado Buffaloes, and right now the head coach at the USA, trying to win a gold medal and a World's Championship tonight, right in the shadow of the Pro Football Hall of Fame right here in Canton, Ohio.
The International Federation of American Football World Championship started back in 1999, and it was Japan winning those first two, and both of those came with wins in the gold medal game against Mexico. The U.S. decided this is a pretty good thing. Let's get involved. They got involved in 2007. They beat Japan in overtime, 23-20, to win their first gold medal. They won again 50-7 over Canada in 2011. And they're back in the gold medal game tonight, hoping for a three-peat. America 10-0 in World Championship play.
And as far as Japan is concerned, a lot of people don't realize they've been playing football since 1936. The sport brought to Japan by an American missionary, and now they play football in 74 colleges in Japan.
4-receiver set from his own end zone on 2nd down and 10. Pass is caught at about the 3, pushed back near the goal line. They'll spot forward progress, call it the 4, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 7.
Again, Cato throwing from his own end zone, dangerous. Right there, those defensive backs for the USA, very, very aggressive. Ogabodi was the guy that made the hit.
3rd and 7, still standing in his own end zone. 3-step drop, looking over the middle on the drag pattern, in and out of the hands, incomplete, unable to come up with the reception. Is the wide receiver, Junpei Yoshimoto.
Watch number 40 for USA, Derek Webb out of Colorado. He is a hitter, and Japan knows it. Did they hear footsteps? I think they heard a lot of footsteps on that one.
Junpei Yoshimoto could not come up with the reception. So with his heels against the back line of the end zone, Japan will punt it away. Shintaro Seiki with a good catch. Hopefully Brian Douglas and Team USA can come up with outstanding field position, and he hit a beauty.
Wow.
Oh my, Douglas refusing the fair catch, makes the catch, and is swarmed under. They'll spot him at the 45-yard line. So the USA offense will start with half a field. Just under 3.5 remaining, first quarter. They lead it 8-0 thanks to a 75-yard interception return by Guthrie. David Guthrie out of New Mexico, and the 2-point conversion, a 50-yard punt off of the foot of Shintaro Seiki.
Boy, we have been impressed with all the kickers, all the punters. They've got some big legs here this week in Canton.
Kevin Burke will put the man in motion. That's Wimberly. He'll keep it straight ahead. Burke with good blocking. Gets it across midfield, and he's into Japan territory. On a 6-yard carry on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
That was a design play by Kevin Burke. Looked to his left, came back to his right, and got 6 good yards.
A couple of nice pancake blocks by the offensive line for Team USA. Trying to win their 3rd gold medal in as many attempts. 2nd and 4. Snap, turn. This is Wimberly. First carry of the contest. Spinning, leaning, fighting his way toward 1st down yardage. He's going to be just shy. Had to get to the 45. They'll spot him at the 47. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
I'm not sure any of the Americans speak Japanese, and I'm not sure how many Japanese speak American, but they're doing a little talking out there right now. This is intense.
Wimberly has yardage. Designed play to go inside, but he saw a seam outside, and he exploited it for big yardage as he burst into the secondary for a United States 1st down.
Another big play by the offense. Let's watch it again over that left side. Again, they stumble a little bit. What could have been a big play comes up a little short.
Steelman has the reception. Boy, Steelman has been a go-to guy last time, or I should say in this contest the first time against Japan. Had 7 catches for 81 yards, and he's at it again, his first reception.
You know, I talked to some of the USA coaches, asked them how they selected this team. They said, we're going out to find 45 captains, 45 leaders. Steelman out of Army, he's a leader.
Military Academy, yeah. It has leader, he has leader written all over him. And look at him shedding tacklers, running through arm tackles and picking up a 1st down as Aaron Wimberly. Wimberly out of Iowa State, stands 5'9", 180. He had 14 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown in the first meeting with Japan.
You better get guys that are smart. You better get guys that are leaders, because you don't have that much time to get ready. You got to have disciplined football players.
Wow, look at this formation. 3 backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Handoff. First carry of the night for Talir Satterfield Rowe out of West Virginia State in Camden, New Jersey. He's got good yardage off right tackle.
Again, watch it. This time over the right side. They have not been predictable on offense. They've run left, they've run right, and now they're coming up with a formation we have not seen thus far in the tournament.
That's right. From the shotgun formation, 3 backs in the backfield. Burke turns, hands off. Satterfield row is going to be wrapped up quickly. Nice job along that defensive line. First contact is made by the down defensive tackle, Takuya Saiki.
Watch this, little pushing and shoving after the play, as you would expect. Every good defensive unit that I know plays with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, a little bit aggressive. They'll do some talking, and that's Japan's defense right now.
Correction, it's CK. Takuya CK on the stop. Pitch over the middle. This is Meacham. Meacham is wrapped up, but he's inside the 5. It's another USA first down. And the Americans looking at 1st and goal. It's the Mount Union connection. Burke to Meacham.
No huddle again.
Straight ahead, Burke reaching into the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Kevin Burke and Team USA. No doubt about this one. The hurry-up offense had the Japanese defense on its heels this entire drive, and Kevin Burke caps it off with the plunge into the end zone, and the USA is up 14-0 with 32 seconds remaining. And we've got a timeout on the snap for the extra point attempt.
Well, USA not giving Japan's defense time to set up. They ran quick play, got it into the end zone with Kevin Burke. They come out again very quick to try and surprise the Japanese. Look at this formation. They are spread out all over the field. Oh.
Quick pitch inside with the 2-point conversion for the United States is the big fullback, Nick Griffin, getting in on the scoring.
Boy, well-run play, well-designed, and that was easy. Let's watch the play that set up this touchdown. It's going to be Burke to Meacham, and watch Meacham's hands here. Getting open is one thing. You got to catch the football. And Meacham goes up with the good hands, makes the catch, and takes another couple red shirts with him all the way down to about the 3.
You could see where he was lined up as well, and this is just straight ahead. Great push by the offensive line.
Yeah, running behind the center, Mike Christie at 6'5", 316 out of the University of Washington. And then the 2-point conversion. Burke again runs option right, pitches it out late to Griffin. 2 more points for USA.
Little shovel pass, and Griffin gets in on the scoring. 9-play drive, 57 yards. Takes 3:05 off the first quarter clock. And just like that, the USA up 16-0 over Japan. There's a good look at Kevin Burke.
Talk about leadership.
Championships are no big thing for this guy. He played right here on this field, won a state championship in high school. He participated and was a leader in the quarterback in 3 separate Division III national title championship games. And now he's in the gold medal championship game here tonight.
Big return out to the 30.
And again, nice return by Takashi Kirihara. He brings it out and gives the Japanese offense pretty good field position to start this possession.
Well, the one thing I've been impressed with, special teams from every country. They are not afraid to come up on punts, catch the football, don't let it hit the ground. They've run a lot of plays out of the end zone. They want to make the big play. They're not afraid to try it. New quarterback in there.
Yep, coming in relief is Tetsuo Takada. Saw him in that matchup with Mexico. In relief of Shohei Kato. He runs the option. He's the better runner of the two. You know, Joe, as we go back and look at the series, though, I'm a little bit surprised because Japan came out after taking the kickoff and they marched down the field with the running game and the short outs and the passes over the middle. The next possession after the pick 6, that was the only mistake. But after the pick 6, they came out and started throwing the ball way down the field, got away a little bit from their game plan, and the United States defense stopped them, took advantage of the field position, and scored. And let's see what they come up with now here in this possession.
This should be the end of the quarter. Not going to get it off.
Time is going to expire. 12 minutes are in the books, and it's been all USA. A defensive pick 6 for a touchdown, a drive. And we have 12 minutes in the books of this gold medal game from Canton, Ohio. We're back with second quarter action after this. Turned out to be a beautiful night for football. It's a little warm, and even Uncle Sam had to take his hat and his beard off for a little bit to cool down during the intermission between. There he goes. He's got it back on now.
As hot as it is right now, when we started today at noon, it was about 90 degrees. I'm not sure what it is right now, but the players out here right now can thank themselves for not having to play that noon game. That was brutal.
Yeah, and for our viewers, this is the third game of the day. We had a 5th and 6th place matchup earlier today, and then the bronze medal game at 3:30. And this game kicked off at 7 o'clock. We're ready for quarter number 2. Japan with the football. 3-step drop from the quarterback in relief, and this is thrown out of bounds, incomplete, overthrown to Tetsuo Takada. No flag is thrown. Contact is 2 defenders and the wide receiver intended for that pass on the far sideline make contact. No harm, no foul. It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for Japan.
Takada against France had an outstanding game. 223 yards passing. Kato went down, and then Takada in relief came in and played a pretty good game. Took a quick look at the fans here from Japan. Big crowd on the press box side. Biggest crowd we've had thus far supporting USA.
3-step drop out of the shotgun. Looks left, back over to the left side he goes. And the pass is caught, hauled in by Takashi Kirihara, but immediately there, coming up out of the secondary for a quick stop, no gain. It's going to force a punt out of Japan.
It's interesting, early in this game, in the first quarter, we saw some big hits by the USA defense. Japan's defense tried to answer. They've had a couple big plays, but right now, USA defense, no points thus far. We're about a minute or 2 into the second quarter. They're dominating right now.
Nice job by Calvin Burnett Jr., the defensive back out of Indiana State, to fight through that block on the far side and make the open field tackle for no gain. 4th and 8, and on to punt it away for Japan is their outstanding punter, Shintaro Sike. Low line drive kick, but it's got the nose up, and that means it's going to take a nice bounce, and it rolls down inside the 20. It'll roll out of bounds at about the 19-yard line, and that's where the United States offense will take over. Now, we've seen both quarterbacks in use throughout this contest for Team USA, and at this point it looks like we are going to see the other quarterback. It's not even fair, Joe, to call him a backup. Dylan Favre has had an outstanding tournament as well. And against Japan, he was 15 of 19 for 193 yards. And he will get his first opportunity here in the gold medal game.
Of course, the nephew of Brett Favre played his football at the University of Tennessee, Martin.
Pressure from behind. Hits it on the fly to Meacham. Meacham pulls it in for a short gain. Unsuspecting, they had a backside blitz, and coming hard defensively was Teru Hirasawa.
You better have some depth. You better have more than one quarterback. You are playing a football game really every 3 or 4 days. You better have quality depth. You got to have more than one quality quarterback.
France lost their starting quarterback. We're down to their second-team quarterback. This is Favre, got an open man. Meacham again for a first down across the 30, near the 35. On a nice pitch and catch, a little timing pattern to the short side of the field. And USA on the move as they move the chains.
Boy, Favre does a good job of looking off the primary receiver. Finds Luke Meacham out of Toledo, Ohio, and Mount Union for another big game.
Quickly over the football, Team USA. Quick pitch on the jet sweep coming near side is Trent Steelman. Steelman showing you his versatility. He can catch it, but he's also a speedster. You want to get him as many touches as you can, and he's got good yardage on first down as he's across the 40 to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of, well, let's call it 7. No, we'll call it 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Turn. Quick screen outside. Steelman again, this time on the receiving end. Picks up a couple of nice blocks. He's got a first down all the way out to the 49-yard line. Outstanding blocking by his wide receiver teammates allows Steelman to get the first down for Team USA.
Steelman has had a great tournament. Great hands. One thing he likes to do after he catches the football is pick up additional yardage. Boy, they are really mixing it up offensively. USA offensive coach is doing a great job calling plays right now.
Kyle Kaiser and the tight end, Ernst Bruntz. Let's give them credit for outstanding blocks downfield to allow the first down. Burke rolling, can't find anybody. He'll keep it. He's got first down and more. Correction, that is Favre. Dylan Favre on the keeper, showing you some of his scrambling abilities. He turned the corner pretty good coverage downfield. He said, hey, I can run it.
Both these quarterbacks are not one-dimensional. They can throw, they can run. I think they like to run better than they throw it. And once they get into open space, they are good.
Favre picks up 19 on the scramble. Tries to go underneath. And that reception is picked up by Carrington Hanna. He's another local product from here in Ohio, Streetsboro, Ohio, just up the road. Played his college football at Sioux Falls. No gain on the play. Handoff, Foster running hard. Gets across the 30. He's going to be run out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down situation for Team USA and the offense.
If you're going to run the type of offense that Dan Hawkins is running, you've got to have quarterbacks with fresh legs. And they're trying to keep it fresh right now with Burke and now Dylan Favre.
Favre looks over the defense. 5 receiver, empty backfield. 3-step drop. Looks over the middle. Drag pattern to the running back. Foster, he's got it. Spins out of one. Stops, jukes, falls forward inside the red zone. And the United States with another first down back in business. They're in the red zone leading 16-0.
This USA team's only been together about 2 or 3 weeks, and they are fun to watch. Look at that move by Foster, spinning. Getting extra yardage. You hate to see how good this team could be. Give them 2 or 3 months.
You give them some time to be together. Just a 10-day, I believe, 10-day training camp.
Timeout.
And that was part of the issue. Was this team really struggled early on? People kind of raising their eyebrows. They weren't as successful as they thought they were going to be in the first 2 games. But then all of a sudden, they really came into their own in every aspect of the game and put up a shellacking of France, 82-0. Hey, we at Big Time Sports are proud partners with USA Football and ESPN in producing all 12 USA World Championship games. The Big Time Sports Network brings you the best in sports by television, radio, mobile app, and online. Catch all the action on Big Time Sports. Go to www.bigtimesportsohio.com or catch us on our mobile app at BTS Ohio. Follow us on Twitter at BTS Ohio.
You know what's so impressive about this USA football team is you take a look at the Japan offense or defense coming back out on the field. Every 4 years, they've got a new team. This team doesn't stay together like the other countries that are here today. Shows you the depth of quality football players in this country when they're able to come up every 4 years with this type of football team.
Now, in a lot of these teams, to be fair, until we sat down and were really concentrating and working with all the different numbers and the different teams and the countries that were here, I didn't realize there's 78 countries spanning 6 continents that have national federations dedicated to American football.
Right.
Hard to believe that since 2006, where there were just 21 members of IFAF, there are now 67 members in the International Federation of American Football and growing.
You talk about the growth of soccer, American football over the world really growing fast.
Here's the handoff. Good blocking. Griffin out front. Look out. Wimberley's got the seam, got the edge, got the perimeter, got 6.
Boy, no contest. Once he turned the corner on the left side, it was a foot race, and nobody with a red jersey on was going to get in front of him. Watch this. Little stutter step to the outside, little stiff arm. Then it's a foot race, and he's going to win it.
Aaron Wimberley out of Iowa State picks up the touchdown. Wimberley gives the United States the advantage. Griffin went into the end zone. Ball came loose, but it should have been a touchdown.
It was.
Because once he hits the ground, it breaks the plane. The play is actually over. Griffin should be credited. We'll see. With the 2-point conversion, that would be his second. Native of New August, Mississippi. And out of Mississippi State. This is going to go under review, but take a look. Same play that we saw him score on earlier.
You get a little lightning on one play, now a little thunder right there, and he was over.
Yeah,
Once he crosses the plane, play over.
He was waist deep in the end zone before the ball came loose, so that's a 2-point conversion. Good look at it right there. Boy, nobody's been doing it better. 3 times a day for the 4 different days of this tournament than our crew here. Yeoman's work by our video and camera crew. These guys have done an outstanding job in all kinds of conditions. Heat and humidity today, but they had the sideways and horizontal rain and wind earlier in the tournament. There's a good look.
There's Aaron Wimberley, who has had a great 10 to 12 days here in Canton, Ohio. You saw Dan Hawkins, the coach. He's got to be pleased. 4 rushes, 35 yards. Coming in, Wimberly had carried the ball 32 times for 242 yards in 3 USA victories.
Well, and he's throwing his hat into the ring for tournament MVP. Several of the other candidates as well on this Team USA. They're out to a 24-0 lead. Here's the kick off the foot of Ed Runke, Mount Union grad. Arihara breaks the tackle, takes it across the 25 before he's run out of bounds. So again, Japan will have pretty good field position to start this drive with 7:40 remaining before the intermission.
That was Drew Banks out of Middle Tennessee State, Blue Raider. Ran him out of bounds on the right side.
Impressive scoring drive by Team USA. 9 plays, 81 yards, took 3:09 off the clock, and it was capped off by that 18-yard run from Aaron Wimberly. They were 5 for 5 in the passing department for 28 yards. Back to pass, Takata, pump fake. He's got a man out here, and nice recovery defensively in that secondary by Robert Virgil out of Sioux Falls, Elk Grove, Illinois. He had a 17-yard interception against Mexico. He had the coverage on the wide receiver, Naoki Maeda.
Kind of turned him around a little bit. Let's watch the throw again. Takata going to put a lot of air under this, and that gives Virgil a chance maybe to recover after maybe he was beat a little bit by a couple yards. Looked like he tipped it.
Yep, just did get a hand on it to knock it down. Incomplete pass, stops the clock. 2nd and 10 for the offense of the Japanese. This pass out into the flats is caught. Naoki Maeda. He had 5 catches for 61 yards against Team USA in the earlier loss in the second round action where Team USA won 43-18.
Well, the USA put 82 points on the board in their last game, 82-0 over France. And they've got 24 points already with 7:15 to go in the half. There you go. They've outscored their opponents 106-0 last 6 quarters.
Ouch. Pass out into the flats is complete to Ryo Takagi. Takagi has good yardage. He's going to be close to. It's going to depend on the spot. He may have picked up the first down. He did a nice job, Joe, because this pass was thrown behind him. He had to do a 360 just to get his engine running.
And then he makes one of the defenders miss.
Ryan Douglas.
He missed and then had to have some help to finally bring him down. But you're right, Tom, that is a first down.
So he gets just enough for the first down. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Shotgun formation. Tetsuo Takata has his man. It's caught. This is Naoki Maeda. Maeda very close to a first down. Give him 9. It'll bring up 2nd and short for the Japanese offense.
So this is what we saw in their first possession. Very disciplined offense, taking the short gain. They're down 24-0, but we were told this is a very disciplined football team. As you watch it again, pass is complete, and it's Robert Virgil again. Number 20 defensively there for USA.
Nice job by Naoki Maeda to find that little hole in the zone and then sit down and wait for his quarterback to find him. And Takata did not disappoint. 3-step drop off the back of his heels, throws it, and it's incomplete. Actually may have bounced off the back of the helmet of the intended receiver. And down the field, the intended pass for Katsuya Nagakawa.
I think the Japanese thought that the left side of that USA defense had jumped, but they got back in time. And I think the timing on that play a little bit off as they waited for the flag that never came.
Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 1.
There's Coach Mori over in the sidelines.
Good look at Kiyoyuki Mori, head coach for Japan. Tight end in motion is Haruda. He'll stop, reset, 4 wide receivers on 3rd and 1 to pass, and it's not going to be. It's picked up, headed the other direction with it for Team USA. It's number 23, Kyle Alugabode, out of Stanford. He's got himself a World Championship gold medal touchdown.
And they are celebrating in Canton, Ohio. Big hit by the defense. They came in a hurry. Not 1, not 2, but 3 USA defenders. Watch them converge on Takata. Bang, down he goes. And this is going to be an easy one for USA. They go the other way for another touchdown, 30-0, USA.
36-yard fumble recovery for the touchdown for Kyle Uglobote. Product of Stanford out of San Jose, California. And Japan wants to take a timeout to kind of gather themselves.
Well, I think they want to try and come up with some way to stop this two-point conversion.
Let's see if we can see who causes the fumble.
I think it was a group of guys in here.
Yeah, Uglobote is on the recipient end of it. Still can't catch it. It looked like it might have been.
I think that's Alex Gross.
It's a three. Was it Gross or Sherlock?
They were both there, I thought. Boy, Gross has had a heck of a first half. It was Gross 34 or Sherlock 36, kind of shielded from the play. But there was 3 white USA uniforms in on top of Takata, and he coughed it up.
There's Kyle on the spot for the fumble recovery and the 36-yard stroll into the end zone here in Canton, Ohio. Big touchdown for that young fella out of Stanford, and he gives USA the advantage 30-0. Second defensive touchdown here in the first half for Team USA.
You talk about guys coming out of prominent USA institutions. Stanford, one of the best. I know you and I couldn't get in there.
I couldn't get in there if I combined all 3 of my ACTs. Here's the kick. Ruhnke's extra point attempt is up and good. Ed Ruhnke, outstanding kicker. Played his Mount Union, one of the trifecta. He's actually from Bayfield, New Jersey. Came all the way here to play football in Alliance, Ohio.
There's Alex Gross, another Ohioan, as we said, out of Kettering, Ivy Leaguer at Columbia. Boy, he's done a lot of good things. Great block on the return for a touchdown, couple good tackles. He has been in on a lot of plays defensively, as that entire linebacking group. Guthrie, number 7, has been active. This whole defense, we talked about the secondary with Stokes, Virgil, Slater, and Edwards. They're as good as advertised.
Yeah, a lot of players with Ohio connections here in Canton, Ohio. There's one of them, Burke Nation. Take a look at Kevin Burke's fan club. I think that's Mom and Dad there. Mom waving the flag.
Kevin Burke wants to go into the Secret Service for the USA. Yeah, he did an internship with the Secret Service between his junior and senior years at Mount Union, and that's the direction he wants to go.
Here's a kick, and it's going to be taken. They'll bring it out. Far side with it is the running back, Ryo Takagi.
I think Robert Virgil was there for another tackle, number 20. That's at least 3 or 4 that number 20's been in on here in the first half.
The United States have kicked off so often that they wanted to give wide receiver Takashi Kurihara a break. So Ryo Takagi has the return. And Japan will try to get some kind of momentum heading into the halftime locker room.
Well, the thing is, this USA team keeps getting better every game.
Right.
Every game they get a little bit better, and that is bad news for Japan.
Back in at the quarterback position, Shohei Kato. Remember, on that sack, Takata took a pretty good hit. So let's see if Kato will remain. This short pass is complete. And again, Kato probably the better passer of the two. Takata the better runner. And in this situation, down 31-0, time running out first half, they'll go to the passer, and that's Kato.
Here comes Mike Edwards. I think number 2 is the first guy to get him. Gets help from David Guthrie and others.
Kinoshita with the reception. And Kato will look over the defense. 4 receiver set. Back in the backfield. He hands off. Not much running room. Good penetration along the offensive line by that down defensive front for Team USA. And Ryo Takagi has nowhere to go.
Steve Kerfus out of Texas San Antonio. He's the biggest of the USA linebackers, 6'3", 233. And he was in on that one. Watch it right here. He's going to hit him and bring him down all by himself.
Nice job by the linebacker who stayed at home at the University of Texas San Antonio. Calls San Antonio, Texas, his home. He's got the stop, and it's 3rd and 1. 3 receivers to the wide side, but he looks short side. He's got one-on-one coverage, and oh, what a reception and a beauty by Kirihara. Pretty good defense by Edwards, step for step, but a perfectly thrown pass and a diving catch by Takashi Kirihara, showing you his skills and hands.
Edwards cannot play better defense. This takes a perfect throw and a better catch to come up with a completion, but Edwards did everything right. It was just a great execution by Japan.
27 yards on the reception for Kirihara, and Japan putting together a very nice drive. It was about here, but heading the other direction, where Kato threw the interception that resulted in a 75-yard pick six. Here's a pass out into the flats, caught by Kinoshita. He's going to be run out of bounds. And Joe, this is the short game that Japan marched down the field with on their first possession, and then the next couple of possessions they got away from it and started airing it out because they were down 8-0. This is their game, and they're back to their game plan, and they're moving the football.
I think panic is too strong a word, but I think they did some things they didn't want to do early after they fell behind. Now they're saying, hey, let's do what we wanted to do to start the game. We're down 31-0. Let's go back to the basics.
Got out of character. Now they face a 2nd down and 3. Ball's on the 29. Handoff inside. Good running room and a first down. Straight ahead goes Ryo Takuji. And he's got first down yardage. They'll spot him at the 25-yard line. And they'll move the chains. Well, again, we talked about Japan wanting to get any kind of momentum whatsoever heading into the halftime locker room.
Boy, good hit there. It looked like that was Derek Webb, number 40. There he is, out of Colorado.
Nice hit. Colorado, one of the stops of head coach Dan Hawkins, also Brian Douglas. Here's the pass all alone, getting between the zone, catch, a reception, and a touchdown. Junpei Yashimoto for Japan. Oh, he got between the quarterback and the free safety, then made a nifty little move at the 2 to take it into the end zone, and Japan is on the board to the delight of the faithful here from Japan.
First time they've had an opportunity to cheer. Watch the catch, then watch the move. Brian Douglas, number 1, is going to come up, try and make the tackle, and that doesn't work. Watch the move right here. Good catch, and then see you later.
The safety coming over, Brian Douglas, had a long way to go. Breakdown in coverage as the cornerback thought he had help behind him, but it was late arriving, and it's a touchdown for Japan. They'll go for 2. 2-step drop. Fade pattern into the end zone, batted away. Nice job defensively there to smack it away was Curtis Slater. Defensive back for Team USA out of West Texas A&M.
Little screen there a little bit, and the receiver on the deep side is going to come around. Watch this. Pretty good throw. And better defense.
Boy, Slater just did a great job of watching
Reached
the receiver,
watched
his eyes, and when his eyes went up to the ball, his hands went up. Slater, with his back to the play, followed him in suit and swatted a ball away that he never saw.
31-6, but at least Japan gets into the end zone. Yashimoto on a 25-yard TD catch, number 1, but a great move after he caught it.
Yes, it was. Junpei Yashimoto has the touchdown. Well, that's got to be exciting. Not very big. Yashimoto just 5'5", 154 pounds, and he takes the 25-yard pass reception. Outstanding drive by Japan. 6 plays, 71 yards, took 2:46 off the game clock. And again, they've got to feel a little bit better about what they were able to accomplish. 3 for 3 in that drive was Shohei Kato for a total of 42 yards.
The only problem is they've got to do something no other team here has been able to do. That is slow down the USA offense.
Terrell kicks it. This is Douglas from inside his own end zone. And he'll take it out across the 15 to about the 17, where they'll spot his forward progress.
Douglas out of Boise State, played his high school football in LA. Not real big, 5'9", 175. Been returning kicks for the last 10 days for USA.
Dylan Favre will return to the quarterback position, 2:49. Let's see if Team USA, and it's almost a misnomer to say they're going to go into their hurry-up offense. They've been in no-huddle hurry-up offense from the start of the ball game.
Shows you what great condition they're in, too. They are coming out and coming right at Japan. No huddle, a lot of different looks, and it's been successful with 31 on the board.
Looks like an offset eye out of the shotgun with the quarterback, the lead back. And they throw it back out. It's going to be holding. And this is Favre. He's got Steelman down the field, but this is going to all come back.
Well, Steelman ran over one of the Japanese defenders. He's saying, hey.
Number 84, offense. Half the distance to the goal line. Still first down.
Einar Bolstad of Norway tells you that this pass play and completion to Steelman is coming back. Holding USA. You might be able to see it from this angle. There it is. 84. Brunst has a hook right in the middle of your picture.
Watch Steelman. If they're going to show, if they're going to let the play continue, watch him knock over one of the defenders here for Japan. Up the sidelines and says, okay, how you doing?
Fine, how do you do on the far sideline? Ernst Brunn, who had a touchdown in that rout of France on Wednesday, guilty of the hold. Stepping up, Favre, he's got running room. Pump fakes, gets across the 15, tries to break a tackle up near the 20. He'll get a lot of that penalty yardage back, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 9. They'll give him 11 on that carry.
I think we should stop right here and really compliment all the officials that have come from the different countries as we take a look at the play again. Bill Lamagna, who is sitting to my left, has done a great job training these guys, picking the best officials for this gold medal game, and they've been impressive all tournament long, all the officials.
7 different countries represented in the 8 different officials for this gold medal contest.
When you figure the language barrier and having to go on the PA here at Tom Benson Stadium, make the announcement, it's been impressive. They've done a good job.
Pickup of 7 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. Time winding down the final 90 seconds of the first half of play that has been dominated by Team USA. A couple of defensive touchdowns highlighting this first half of football. This pass is complete. Drew Banks picks up the catch out of Middle Tennessee State, out of Brandywine, Maryland. First time I remember calling his name. Drew Banks with the reception.
Middle Tennessee down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Good football down there.
22-yard reception, moves the chains up near midfield. Look out, Satterfield roll, exploits the defense quickly into the secondary, leaving a trail of red jerseys behind him as he goes for another USA first down.
USA with 2 timeouts left here in the first half, and they would love to get on the board one more time. After you score 82 points against France, next game you're still hungry, right?
Yeah, there's a good look. You look inside at the Japanese defender trying to draw a deep breath, Takeuchi. And you see these arm tackles, and that's from tired people. When you have to reach, it's because your feet aren't getting you there quick enough because you're tired. Halftime cannot come soon enough for this Japanese defense.
You have the combination of playing every 3 or 4 days. You toss in the heat factor. You toss in the fact you're down 31 to nothing or 31 to 6. You get tired awful quickly.
Yeah, again, look at all of these defensive players for Japan. Hands on their hips, slightly bent over, trying to draw a breath of fresh air. And the hard part about this is you're drawing in hot, humid air into your lungs, and it doesn't necessarily work out all that well. Good thing they're getting the body replenished with fluids. And the fluids are Gatorade, the official sports fuel provider of USA football.
We could use some Gatorade up here.
Yeah, and a fan. We've got lots of fans.
It's cooled off a little bit, though. Let's be honest. It was brutal here at noon with the 90-degree temperatures. It's cooled off and really pretty pleasant here in northeastern Ohio tonight.
Lights are on here at Tom Benson Stadium. And again, if you just joined us, we're literally in the shadows. Good shot of the crowd here tonight for this gold medal championship game. Huge renovations coming for this stadium, this area, and this town.
Tom Benson, owner of the New Orleans Saints, with $10 million of seed money for all the unbelievable projects that David Baker at the Hall of Fame is going to put into place.
Favre back to throw over the middle, has his man. What a catch! Inside the 5 at the 2 with the reception, Drew Banks. What a pass by Favre as he threads the needle of the Japanese secondary.
No room for error right here. That is a clothesline shot down to Banks, who makes a great play and nearly gets into the end zone.
30-yard reception for Banks. And Takeshi Miyake could not get over quick enough.
I'd say that's impressive defense. I mean, you're down 31-6. You're tired. USA doesn't huddle. They run the play quick. And Japan comes up from the left side and keeps him out of the end zone. Great second effort.
Mitsunori Kihara is down. Kihara down on the play. Let's take a look at this one more time, Joe. What a beautiful pass by Favre and a great catch in traffic by Drew Banks.
Right down the left slot. Perfect throw. Good catch. Kind of backpedal a little bit. Banks catches it and then kind of feels for the end zone. Says, I know I'm close. I'm just going to stay on my feet and see what happens.
Well, he took a pretty good shot from Yuki Ishii, and he still held on to the football. They're tending to the injured defensive lineman, Mitsunori Kihara of Japan.
The clock was stopped due to a helmet off. Team USA has declined to use a 10-second runoff. The game clock will start on the snap.
You know, the one thing you don't think about are the lifelong friendships these players make in a very short period of time. Let's watch this catch one more time, then we'll return to that thought. This is Dylan Favre, and watch Banks. You got 3 or 4 Japanese defenders in the area, and Favre has to be perfect, and he is.
Favre with confidence that he could throw it in there before the free safety could get over on help defense. And what a nice job by Favre, and a great catch in traffic and absorbing the hit by Drew Banks.
That says it all right there. World Championships 2015, Canton, Ohio.
By Canton, Ohio. And we cannot say enough about the folks that have stepped up here in Canton, as they always do, whether it's a state championship or whether it's Hall of Fame weekend. The volunteers are what make this go, and they've done a bang-up job once again here in Canton. Tip of the cap to all the folks who have come and volunteered their time. And I know for our crew in particular, the stadium staff here have made their life very, very happy because of the extra work that they've put in for our crew.
Well, Japan's going to call a timeout, so we got a little bit more time to talk about Team USA. As we said, they've been together about, what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks. But, Joe, you were talking about the friendships that are made by these teams when they stay what is designated as the Olympic Village. And Walsh University was the gracious host, and what a job they have done, as have many of the universities around and high schools around, donating their practice facilities. But Walsh University was designated as the Olympic Village. Now, these guys got to hang out with each other, and having been a part of several international trip and experiences and hosting. I traveled to Sweden and Denmark, traveled to Russia, hosted Russians, hosted Swedes in wrestling. It's those friendships and the language barrier and all those things that come when you learn about other countries and their culture.
Well, they have made some lifelong friendships. These guys will keep in touch. The winner of this game, either Japan or USA, will take a gold medal away, and they'll remember this 3 to 4 weeks in Canton, Ohio, the rest of their lives. As you said, they have been hosted over at Walsh University in nearby North Canton. The USA team practiced early up at the University of Akron's fine facility, Infocision Stadium. Perry High School in Stark County has hosted practices, so everybody here has pitched in to make this a huge success.
Former host sites as we look at a 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's the handoff. And did he get in? No signal.
Now they're going to mark it.
Did not.
Yeah. Going to mark it about.
Quickly over the ball goes the United States. They're about 2 or 3 inches short. And now they're going to burn a timeout with 16 seconds remaining as Sadale Foster came up short.
Third and final timeout.
Take a look at it. The running back who had 2 touchdowns against Japan Trying to pick up one here in the second meeting of these two teams.
He's going to be short. They're going to put that football inside the one. Reaching out, trying to get it across the goal line. Didn't get it.
Yep. Good lead block again by Nick Griffin out of Mississippi State, the fullback. So Favre calls the timeout. And they'll talk it over.
Taking a look right in that USA offense.
Yeah, offensive coordinator Paul Wolf trying to figure out what they want to do. He's an offensive coordinator, also working with the offensive line. He's a former San Francisco 49ers offensive assistant. Calls Tampa, Florida his home.
A lot of these assistant coaches that Dan Hawkins has selected are really West Coast guys. You take a look at all their bios. A lot of West Coast football here in Northeastern Ohio.
3rd and 1 for Team USA. 16 seconds remaining. Can Japan come up with another goal line stand? Pressure, far back of the end zone. Touchdown. And that is the big fella, Ernst Brunn, 6'4", 250-pound tight end out of Iowa State and Stone Mountain, Georgia. Has another World Championship touchdown on his resume.
Everybody guessing run. They're bringing it. And right in the back of the end zone, Favre finds Ernst Brunn for a huge USA touchdown here at the end of the first half. Wide open, just concentrate, bring it in, and catch it.
We saw this earlier. Brunn does a nice job selling the run by momentarily blocking, then finding the open area behind the defense as Ed Runke tacks on the extra point, and Team USA leads it 38-6 over Japan with just 12 seconds remaining before the intermission. Been an impressive first half of play for Team USA. Joe, this team got off to a slow start in its first two games, but as you said, they put it all together against France. Obviously, the score indicates that. But this is a team that's, if they had 3 more games, they're going to be better 3 games from now, because they're really just now starting to gel as a unit.
You're exactly right, especially on the offensive side. Now, defense, those guys will run to the football. You'll send 11 helmets to the football. Maybe a little bit easier for the defense in a situation like this to really get it going before the offense. But once the offense has started to click, gaining confidence, 2 outstanding quarterbacks, great runners, this offense getting better. Anytime you put 82 points on the board, I don't care where you're playing or who you're playing. You put 82 points on the board, that's impressive.
It is very impressive, and as impressive was that drive. 91 yards, 9 plays in just 2:37 off the clock, and it's culminated with the 1-yard touchdown pass to the big tight end, Ernst Brunn out of Iowa State. High end-over-end kick is taken by Imanishi. Imanishi will return it across the 30 to the 33-yard line with 4 seconds. Japan will have time for about 1 play.
Matt O out of Dartmouth, another Ivy League player, there to make the tackle for USA. And Japan with 4 ticks left in the clock. Not sure if they're going to take a knee or try and throw deep and hope for a miracle.
Well, they didn't come from Japan to take a knee.
No, they didn't. That's a good point.
They're going to air it out.
I would think.
Shohei Kato.
No.
Or will they? Handoff goes inside on the draw to Ryo Takagi. Takagi has yardage, but this will bring the first 24 minutes of play to an end. It's been all Team USA, a couple of defensive touchdowns, and they've added on. They have dominated. It's 38-6, USA over Japan. We'll be back with halftime after this. Welcome back to Canton, Ohio, in the shadows of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Good crowd on hand enjoying this gold medal game in the International Federation of American Football World Championships 2015. And if you're a fan of Team USA, it's been an exceptionally outstanding first 24 minutes of football, as Team USA out on top 38-6. 12 of those points have come from their defense. A fumble recovery on a sack for a touchdown, and a pick six to the tune of 75 yards from David Guthrie accounted for the other defensive score for Team USA. And not good news for Japan. Team USA will get the football to start the second half.
USA going for their 4th straight win in this tournament and a gold medal.
United States will receive at the 20-yard line. This is Griffin. Griffin brings it ahead, and he'll give the offensive Team USA pretty good field position to start the third quarter.
Let's take a look at the first half stats right now, brought to you by Gatorade. Boy, there you can see it. Rushing yards, 147 for USA. Japan just 39. Passing yards, Japan leads, but only by 5 yards. First downs, 12-6. The big thing, Japan's turned it over twice. You can't do that against this type of football team from the USA.
Team USA between Favre and Burke, 10 of 10 without an incompletion for those 100 yards. Balanced offense, both passing and running for Team USA. And they'll throw it here on 1st and 10 to open the third quarter. Pass is complete to Kyle Kaiser. Kaiser has good yardage on first down. Quickly over the football, as we have seen all tournament long, the hurry-up, no-huddle offense.
And Kevin Burke back in there at quarterback. He started the game. Dylan Favre came in the second quarter. Both have performed well.
Empty backfield, but now Foster will join Burke at the snap. Pass underneath on the little bubble screen. Caught and taken ahead by Carrington Hanna, the big tight end, 6'2", 218 out of Sioux Falls and Streetsboro, Ohio.
USA relentless. Going to catch it right here. Going to be short of the first down, but they don't huddle again.
On 3rd down and 2. Foster behind Burke. And a mix-up as Foster went left, Burke went right. Burke has to swallow it, and he's swarmed under by the defense of Japan. Leading the way, as we've said and called his name quite often, Masayoshi Sakata leading the way.
First really mistake the USA has made on offense. Little miscommunication between Burke and Sadeo Foster, and they're going to have to punt it.
Nice job stuffing that play defensively by Moriyuki Hirai. And on 4th down, Team USA will do something they have not done all contest. That's punt the football. At the 25-yard line, and Yashimoto will run it out of bounds. Junpei Yashimoto has the lone touchdown reception for Japan in today's contest. Back out at the controls for the Japan offense is Shohei Kato.
This could be a long second half. Japan wants to get back in this. They're going to have to throw the football. They're down 38-6 early in the second half, but they're going to have to put the ball in the air. They're going to have to score quickly.
Kato effective, 10 of 13 with the touchdown and the interception, 110 yards. Handoff goes inside to the inside running back, Takaya Furitani.
Coach Mori from Japan has been through this process many times. Veteran coach. Not sure he likes being down 38-6, but he's got some ideas. You take a look at him right there.
That's a good look at him. His team and Team USA met back on July 12th in the second round, and USA came away with that win 43-18. He likes what he sees there directly in front of him. His wide receiver, Takashi Kirihara, has a first down for Team Japan.
Pretty good defense by Mike Edwards. He's right there, but watch the throw, watch the catch. Just got his body in front of Edwards to shield him away, and caught that one with his hands. Good play, first down Japan.
That's been an outstanding matchup all night long. One of the best receivers against one of the best defenders in Kirihara and Mike Edwards defensively out of Beechwood, Ohio, and the University of Hawaii for Team USA at the cornerback slot. Back to pass. Kato steps up into the pocket, had a man but overthrows him. Finding the inside route and the seam was the wide receiver for Japan, Junpei Yoshimoto, but they could not connect. It goes incomplete. It'll bring up second down and 10 from the 50.
Cliff Stokes out of Iowa State there defensively for USA. And if the ball is thrown inside, that's a big play. Threw it over the head of everyone.
Incomplete pass stops the clock. Just underway third quarter. Glad to have you along with us from Canton, Ohio and Tom Benson Stadium, the home of pro football, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and the birth of American football. All kinds of contact. Whoa. And no flag in the back. Judge is saying the pass was uncatchable.
Okay. We had the Japanese fans close to the play. They didn't like it. They thought maybe it was interference on USA. You watch it, and what do you think? Cato going to throw it. A little bit of contact, a little bit of pushing and shoving.
Now, when the jersey comes below the shoulder pad, usually that's an indication that somebody's been tugging on it.
It's going to bring up clock.
A 3rd and 10.
Cato likes to throw to that right side.
The short side of the field. He wants to go that way. Instead, comes back over the middle. We've got a penalty flag. This could be roughing the passer after the incomplete pass. Pass was intended. Let's listen in to
roughing the passer, number 36, defense. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Einar Bolstad of Norway, the referee for today's contest. Here, the gold medal contest. Take a look at it. Ball well gone, late hit. Leading with the helmet as well. That incomplete pass intended for Naoki Maeda.
Penalty called on Jack Sherlock, the big defensive lineman out of South Dakota State. Hometown Chicago, Illinois, but boy, Cato took a pop.
Yeah, he certainly did. And again, he was sandwiched. If you saw, that's what he's telling the Japanese trainers. He was sandwiched. I was going in 2 different directions. They had a hold of him low and then the hit up high. And Shohei Cato will get up under his own power, but you'll see the high-low action from this angle.
Sherlock, number 36, is the guy that's going to get there. He stood up and then down went Cato. Cato got hurt last game, and Takata, number 8, had to come in relief and did a pretty good job. And right now, I'm not sure Cato is going to come back.
Takata's already 4 for 7 tonight for 19 yards.
Boy, Cato having a hard time getting off the field on that leg injury.
Yeah, that left leg was bent under, had a defensive player laying on it. As he was hit, he was bent back over it. That's what he was trying to explain to the training staff of Japan as he lay on the field. 15-yard penalty has been assessed. And for Japan, they're now at the Team USA 35-yard line. Back in at quarterback for the second time tonight is Tetsuo Takata. Takata with 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers set. Now he changes the play. They relay it to the rest of the team. 2-step drop over the middle, slant, and it's batted away. Good pressure along that defensive front. Let's see who gets a hand on it. Might have been the big fella, Alec May. Let's see who gets a hand on this pass intended over the middle. Short drop. And that's, nope, it was, I think it's 40.
That's 92. That's Alec May, yeah.
Was it May that did get a hand on it?
Yeah, May, one of the defensive linemen, 6'3", 245. And right now, that USA defense playing with a little bit of chip on their shoulder. Boy, they're coming after Japan. Big hits.
And the Massachusetts native gets the block and bring up 2nd down and 10. Takata, long signal, people in motion, and there come the flags. Little quick start by the tight end.
Full start, number 57, offense. 5-yard penalty.
57 going to be penciled in for that false start. They'll back them up 5 yards.
A lot of movement there before the snap.
Some of these guys having trouble with those big front 3 defensive linemen for Team USA. They want to get a little bit of an early start to work. And that time the officials caught him.
That looked like big Malcolm Goins, the defensive lineman out of Austin P. 6'2", 315.
3 receivers to the wide side. Takata looks that way, then dumps it off underneath to his running back on a setup screen to the short side of the field, but wrapped up quickly and brought down is the receiver, Ryo Takagi.
And that was Goins that got him, number 99.
Just an outstanding job, Joe, by reading the play, sensing the screen, and following your offensive lineman to the point of attack and making the play.
Very good look at him. Austin P. out of the Ohio Valley Conference. 315 pounds right there of Malcolm Goins out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
He was Goins gone. Is that bad? Okay. Pitch comes out to the near side and immediately wrapped up. Nowhere to go for the running back, Taku Lee. We have not seen much of Taku Lee, who had a pretty good game in that contest against Mexico, where Japan advanced to the gold medal game.
Alex Gross, who has played an outstanding football game, number 34 there defensively, comes up short. Japan's going to have to kick it away.
So the defense rises up and forces the punt. Low line drive is going to bounce. They're unable to take that, and a nice job as this is going to go out inside the 5-yard line. Outstanding job, and you could see the kicker for Japan waiting for the opportunity to kick that football, then a low liner. And it goes out of bounds where Team USA will set up offensively. This game presented under the copyright of the IFAF. Any use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the expressed written consent of the IFAF is strictly prohibited. In other words, don't do it.
Don't you dare do it.
42-yard punt off the foot of the punter for Japan, and Team USA deep in their own territory. Worst field position for Team USA. They did have a 91-yard drive, which meant they started at their own 9. And here's pressure. Down goes Favre in the end zone.
He lost the football.
He lost the football.
Touchdown, Japan.
Thought at first it might be a safety, but a fumble. He never had his hands on it. And coming up with the fumble and the touchdown for Japan, it looks as though it's Shota Tomita. First fumble in the tournament for Team USA, and it results in a touchdown for Japan. Favre under center, never has it. Ball's loose and battling for it before Favre can fall on top of it is the nose guard, Shota Tomita. Congratulations to the big fella.
He tried to pick it up and mishandled it. And Japan right on top of it for a touchdown.
And Joe, it comes back to that situation where Favre, like Burke, throughout their career in the shotgun formation, not very comfortable under center. 2-point conversion attempt. Throw over the middle, in and out of the hands. Incomplete, collision in the end zone. 2-point conversion attempt fails. The intended receiver, Junpei Yashimoto, who has that touchdown earlier in the game, can't come up with a 2-point conversion.
Let's watch this fumble again as Favre takes the snap, just can't handle it. I don't think he pulled out of there.
No,
I just think
really.
it went in his hands and right back out.
Just didn't get a grasp on it, and a good push. You have to give credit, and a heads-up play for Shota Tomita. What an honor and a thrill for that young man to get the fumble recovery as we take a look at the failed 2-point conversion and a big collision. Edwards with the hit on Yashimoto, who hops up and heads back to the Japanese bench.
Well, that's a pretty good throw, though, by Takata. He waited and waited and then hit the receiver right in the hands in the back of the end zone. Just couldn't catch it.
Shintaro Seiki set to kick things off for Team Japan. So Team Japan gets their first turnover and turns it into a defensive touchdown of their own. 3 defensive scores in this contest, 2 for Team USA and 1 for Japan. Onside kick, and they cannot get it to go the necessary yardage. It was close, and streaking down the near sideline, hoping to pull that ball in, was Yuki Ishii. He's a defensive back, and a penalty is going to be called as that ball was just shy of the necessary.
On the kicking team. 5 yards will be added to the out-of-bounds spot. First down, USA.
Just shy of going 10 yards, and they might have been able to pull it off. They just didn't get a good bounce.
Well, they came here to win, and they're trying everything they can to get back in the football game. 7:29 left to go in the third quarter. Still plenty of time.
Unfortunately, when you gamble and those plays do not pay off, Joe, now you've given this potent offensive Team USA half a field to play on. And Here's the play action. Burke fires it out. This is caught. Banks on the reception. He's got running room and then some. Very close to a first down as he's dragged out of bounds inside the 40. They'll spot it at the 36. Another reception for Drew Banks, who's getting some extended playing time, the wide receiver out of Middle Tennessee State.
And again, USA playing quick, no huddle.
Burke claps his hands. Here's the speed sweep. And look out, Steelman making tacklers miss, picks up a blocker. He's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Looked like a horse collar at the end, but he's in now. The flag comes out.
Yeah, late tackle in the end zone, and Steelman on the sprint sweep has the touchdown, picking up blocks all along the way, and a nice one that sprung him inside the 10, thrown by teammate Brad Smithy. Let's wait for the call from our referee, Einar Bolstad, out of Norway.
Sure, they're looking at that horse collar.
36-yard run by Steelman.
Out of the U.S. Military Academy.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 32 of the defense. 15 yards to the assess on the free kick. Touchdown.
So they'll assess that on the kickoff and on to attempt the extra point. Kevin Burke of Mount Union holding for Ed Runke of Mount Union kicking. I should say formally. Snap, and the kick is up and perfect. Runke splits the uprights, and Team USA on a 36-yard touchdown run on the jet sweep.
Well, a couple of missed tackles there. A good block from Meacham, it looks like, and that springs Steelman. And then he does the rest all on his own. Another good downfield block. Gets into the end zone, and USA answers. After the fumble in the end zone by Favre, they answer with a Steelman touchdown run, and it's 45-12.
Yeah, he does a nice job allowing Brad Smithy to set up the block, which gets him in the final 6 yards of the touchdown. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, meaning Runke will kick this ball from the 50-yard line. So Japan with the defensive touchdown, thanks to the short field on the failed onside kick attempt. Team USA answers with a touchdown of their own. The jet sweep touchdown from the outstanding wide receiver, Trent Steelman. Runke might put this one in the bleachers. And taking a knee in the end zone is the deep back on the kickoff return team for Japan, Takashi Kirihara. Team Australia having some fun.
They're trying to get the wave going here at Tom Benson Stadium.
The wave going here, and they're starting to get it.
And they're going to run into trouble in that end zone area down here. I'm not sure there's much of a ripple down there.
I'm not sure they're going to be able to get it to go around the stadium, but they got the home side all in.
Oh, yeah. They're having fun.
Back at quarterback for Japan, Tetsuya Takada. Marks out the signals with three receivers to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. From the left hash, he'll turn, handoff, play action. With it is the running back, Ryo Takagi. Takagi has good yardage on first down. And we'll start to see several different players that are out there defensively for Team USA here in this gold medal game.
And the tackle by one of the real good names here this week, Lucky Dozier.
Lucky Dozier.
Lucky Dozier out of northern Arizona in Flagstaff.
Calls Sacramento, California his home. Here's the snap from the shotgun. A little slant pass is incomplete. They're having fun here in Canton, Ohio at Tom Benson Stadium with the Team Australia getting the wave going.
I've never met a group of Australians that doesn't have.
Didn't know how to have fun.
They have fun.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 7. Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. Takata will move his running back to his right. 3 receivers to that same side. He wants to roll that way. Now he throws back as they set up a perfect bubble screen. This is Kirihara with running room and blockers in front of him. He's got a first down as he bolts across the 40.
Curtis Slater there, number 22, to make the tackle. Another injured player for Japan, number 72, down at about the 34-yard line.
Well, this was set up and executed very nicely. Took a while. You had to give time for the big linemen to get out there. And they got out there, and Kirihara has the reception. You know, this has been a game, Joe, that the defensive units have been highlighted.
There's the first one. David Guthrie going to pick that one off early in the football game. Going to get a good block from Alex Gross. Escorted into the end zone by Cliff Stokes. And then the defense again for USA.
Yep.
Kyle Oglebode. And then Japan with the Dylan Farr fumble in the end zone. They score 3 defensive touchdowns here in this football game.
Shota Tomita with the Japanese version of the defensive touchdown. So we've seen scoring from all different ways, whether offense, defense, special teams. We've had it all here tonight. We've had that all tournament long. And again, Joe, it goes to the depth of the team. We've seen a lot of special teams touchdown. We've been treated to the excellence of a young man from France who was an outstanding kickoff returner. He electrified the crowds here in the World Championships with a couple of extended touchdowns from kickoffs, one of 90, one of 102 yards.
Oof. Boy, late solid hit there. That was Webb. It came in. A little high hit. But that's the one thing this defense has done for USA from early in this game. They were doing some big-time hitting.
Yes. And Naoki Mayata at the receiving end of that hard hit by the Team USA defense. We're under 6 minutes, or 5.5 minutes remaining. We're in the third quarter. Glad to have you along with us. The gold medal championship game. USA out on top. They led early and often in the first half and have extended their lead. There's a little delay looking for Furutani out of the backfield. Took a little time for it to develop, but Takata would like to have that one back because he just missed hooking up with Furutani.
That pump fake kind of froze the linebackers, and look how open he was. If he catches that on the run, that's another Japanese touchdown. Just couldn't get it.
First time these two teams met was back in the gold medal game in 2007, won by Team USA 23-20 in overtime. They're 2-0 all-time against Japan. That other win came in this tournament, 2015. They did not meet in 2011. Pass is caught by Maeda, and they'll move the chains. It's another first down for Japan.
Now, I can't read Coach Dan Hawkins' mind, but after what he has seen from this USA group he's only had for three and a half weeks, I think he's going to be disappointed he doesn't have more football to play.
I think you're right. This team just really starting to gel. They showed that against Team France after slow starts, but very successful efforts in the first games, winning 30-6 and 43-18. This pass is complete. Look out, running room. Kinoshida's got it and more before he's finally wrapped up and out of bounds on the far sideline. Noriaki Kinoshita with a big reception for Japan.
Curtis Slater was the guy that finally ran him down, but another big play by Japan. They just haven't had enough of them tonight.
Throws underneath. T.L. Edwards, the defensive back out of Middle Tennessee, ran past him. He's going to come in and help out to try to finish things off, but he came up out of control, and it results in a 39-yard reception for Noriaki Kinoshita. Play action out here, the bubble screen with the blocker on the reception. With good yardage straight ahead is Yashimoto. He's looking for his second touchdown of the ball game.
Calvin Burnett out of Indiana State is going to come up defensively and make the stop. There you see him fighting off the block. hits him low and knocks him out of bounds.
Kinoshita, who had the reception on the other side of the field with a nice block in the open field, allowing Yashimoto to pick up the extra yardage. They'll give him 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 inside the red zone for Japan. Takada with 3 receivers to his right, running back that way. He'll look that way. Here's a little bit of a reverse. Wanting to throw the left-hander, Kinoshita, and it's knocked incomplete.
I'm not sure who he was throwing it to.
He was looking for the tight end, Takahiro Haruda.
He wasn't in the area.
But he had no chance to set his feet. It fooled no one. And Kinoshita, the southpaw, had no chance. Watch him. He can't even set his feet and try to throw the football.
I think he's just trying to get rid of it. Let's watch it again. He's going to roll left with the left-hand throw. He's okay right there, but as you can see, tight end pretty well covered in the end zone.
Whole lot of white jerseys around one red jersey. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Takada with time. Now the pocket collapses around him, and down goes Takada.
And the big guy, Goins, is there again. Boy, he has been coming on strong. Take a look at that big 300-pounder, number 99. Dan Hawkins says,
I like what I see out of my defense.
I like what I see, yeah. Let's watch it again. Here he comes, 99. He's not tired.
Robert Tucker, defensive coordinator for Team USA, likes that as well. There's a look at head coach Kiyoyuki Mori. And on 4th and 12, he instructs quarterback Tetsuo Takada. Let's go for it. Here's a pass, incomplete. Breaking off the route underneath was the intended receiver. It falls incomplete, and Team USA will take over on downs.
Curtis Slater, as you see, number 22. Takada, number 8, leaving the field. Big series right there for Japan. They could have got a little closer. They're down 45-12. And they're going to send Kevin Burke out to lead this offense.
Pass was intended for Katsuya Nagakawa, but falls incomplete. On the far sideline, you can see the offensive coordinator, wide receiver, and the quarterback talking about that last series. Kevin Burke at quarterback, turns, fires underneath on the bubble screen. And Kyle Kaiser on the reception.
First reception of the night for Kyle Kaiser. Hometown, Broomfield, Colorado.
Winding down to the 2-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Now we've got a new quarterback. This is Steelman, actually just going to take the direct snap and run the football. He's going to run out of bounds. Clock will continue to run.
Not sure what position Steelman played at the
Army. I think he was. I think he was a wide receiver.
Quarterback.
Oh, he was a quarterback. Okay.
Should have known that from those Army-Navy games, huh?
Steelman, quarterback for the Armed Forces, the Black Knights of Army.
Oh yeah.
So nothing new.
Mikey Stadium there on the banks of the Hudson.
For Trent Steelman, who's been a wide receiver for Team USA. He had a big game against Japan in the original victory back in the first meeting between these two teams, where he had 7 catches for 81 yards.
Ever watched a football game from West Point?
I have, and it is one of my favorite venues.
Unbelievable atmosphere.
A fall day with the trees changing colors and all the pomp and circumstance prior to and during the game. Now we've got a penalty. Burke back in at quarterback.
Number 61, offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
They'll whistle that against Alex Land out of Weber State and Edmond, Oklahoma. Penalty will stop the clock at 1:05 remaining 3rd quarter. Team USA got out early and often, and they didn't do it necessarily with their offense. First points came on the 75-yard interception return for a touchdown from David Guthrie. Burke drops under pressure, steps up, still on his feet. Evades another oncoming rusher. Penalty flag comes in. It'll be holding as Burke scrambles for his life and is finally run out of bounds across the 30 at the 32.
He's a magician back there.
Illegal block. Here's the call.
Block in the back, number 17 on the offense. After this is the goal line, 1st down.
7 different countries represented in our 8-man officiating crew, and you heard from Einar Bolstad from Norway.
10 yards.
There you get a look at Burke, still scrambling. This play is going to be brought back, but it's still fun to watch Kevin Burke operate there with the football. Probably for all intents and purposes, playing his last football game, maybe.
Organized football game.
Yeah.
Clock will be restarted. Penalty assessed. It's going to bring up 1st and 25. Burke over the middle, right up the seam. He's got Meacham, fellow teammate of Burke's at Mount Union. He's got the reception, and he's going to gingerly come off the field. It's good for about 17 to Meacham all the way up to the 30-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd down and 8.
You ask why the Purple Raiders from Mount Union were hard to stop? There's a good reason. Burke to Meacham.
And this pass is caught. And up the field with the reception is Kyle Kaiser out of Nebraska Kearney. Broomfield, Colorado native has the reception. 12 minutes away from the gold medal. Team USA in control, 45-12. Fourth quarter action from Canton, Ohio, coming up next. 2015 IFAF World Championships from Canton, Ohio. 12 minutes separates the United States from the gold medal, their 3rd consecutive. They were champions 23-20 over Japan in 2007. They demolished Canada 50-7 4 years ago and are out on top as we begin the fourth quarter. Reverse goes to Kyle Kaiser. He's got good yardage on 1st down. Team USA will continue to run the football and run the clock.
Now they're going to have some fun. Maybe opening up the playbook, some reverses, just having some fun now in the final 12 minutes.
Shorten the game up. Kevin Burke at quarterback. Outstanding duel at quarterback between Burke and Dylan Favre. Wanted to throw it. Now he can't. Chased down and thrown down. And there he is again. Outstanding play from the linebacker, Mossy.
Flag goes down. I'll tell you, Kevin Burke maybe loses his composure a little bit. He was tackled hard. There was a little bit of conversation.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 5 on the defense. 15-yard penalty.
Okay.
First down.
I'll tell you what happened.
This is number 5's first penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
He had a few words for Kevin Burke, and Burke jumped up and pointed to the scoreboard. Watch this.
Here we go. Here's the play. Oh, look at the hit. How did we miss that? Nick Griffin.
Now watch after the play. There's going to be a little conversation. Oh, a little pop right there.
Yeah,
has a few words. I'm not sure Burke understood what he said, but in international language, I think the message came across. And Burke is going to point to the scoreboard. Says,
in English.
Okay.
In English, everybody understands sign language. And this passes to Nick Griffin. Griffin with running room, breaks a couple of tackles into the secondary. He goes inside to 30, down to the 27-yard line. It's a Team USA 1st down.
Haven't seen much of Nick Griffin. Listed in the program as a fullback, big kid, and once he gets ahead of steam, hard to bring down.
12 yards on that reception. One of the few times we've seen him as a receiver out of the backfield. We've seen him as a blocker. We've also seen him between the tackles in short yardage situations. We've seen him have a couple of receptions on the shovel pass for 2-point conversions tonight. But the first time we really saw him out of the backfield, showed good hands. This play is a 1-yard loss for Team USA, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Trent Steelman back in there. He's going to be slot left, number 13.
Satterfield Rowe behind the quarterback. Pressure up the middle, and Burke just has to throw it away, and he does. Under pressure, late flag comes in. Let's see who this is going to be against as the official steps in between the down defender.
Could be a hold on the USA.
There's
Might be.
No foul for intentional gripping. The quarterback is outside the pocket and the ball across himself. We have holding, number 61, offense.
Yep.
10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That penalty is going to be assessed against Alex Land. And they'll mark that off. See if you can pick it up. Land is the center. Team USA to the right of your screen. As Burke scrambles right, he's going to get a hold of the jersey of the Japanese down defender, and that's a no-no. They'll call that every time.
Yep.
They'll assess it from the point of the foul. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 22, all the way back at the 39-yard line of Japan. Team USA, high snap, pulled in by Burke. He looks, puts some air underneath it, and somebody went right. The pass went left.
Haven't mentioned much about the offensive linemen for USA. They've done a great job. Alex Land, 6'3", 298 out of Weber State. Randall Harris, 6'3", 295 out of Towson. They've all played well.
Yes, they have. Christie along that front line. James at toe as well. Burke with the snap. Pump fake right. Throws underneath. This is complete. On the receiving end is Hanna. And Harrington. Hanna comes underneath. He'll get some of that penalty yardage back. But it's going to bring up a 4th and 15. Take another look at this from ground level.
It's going to run into trouble, but 4th down coming up right here.
Linebacker Kensuke Amaya leading the charge on the defensive stop for Team Japan. Now we've got a penalty flag flying in. We're going to have Team USA keep their composure the final 9:15.
That's getting hot out there. Offensive lineman.
Number 61 offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
4th and 15. You can hear Dan Hawkins on our crowd mic saying, "Kick it, let's kick it." So he'll send the punting unit out. Now 4th and 20.
There you see Alex Land coming off the field. What these offensive linemen in this heat, up and down every play.
Doing a yeoman's job in there. They've opened up some big holes. They've protected the quarterback well. Good snap. And Runke, high punt. Fair catch called for, bobbled, but covered up by Ryo Takagi. Takagi.
Good high punt there. Let's watch it again. Going to bobble that, and it's open game right there.
Yep, does a nice job staying with it and covering it up. So Team Japan comes out under the direction of Tetsuo Takada.
Not sure we'll see Kato again. He took a pretty good hit on that leg.
Yeah, took a pretty good hit. He's been dinged up throughout this tournament. I think the rest of this lies in the hands of Takada. This pass almost picked off on a diving attempt, overthrowing everybody, including the defense. Mike Edwards makes a diving stop at it. I think Edwards wants an interception in the worst way. He's been matched up against the best receiver all night, Takashi Kurihara, and he almost had one with a diving attempt. Came up just shy.
Edwards out of the University of Hawaii. Again, we talked about that defensive secondary before the game. Stokes, Virgil, Edwards, Slater played pretty well tonight.
2nd down and 10 following the incomplete pass. We're under 9 minutes remaining. Under pressure, and down goes Takada. Good pressure by the entire defensive front line for Team USA.
Looked like Jack Sherlock, number 36, is the guy that's going to get there first from around the left side.
Yep, Wick was there, also had help from inside. I think that was Scott Thompson, linebacker out of North Carolina State, who also might have been in there. And again, they're showing pressure on 3rd and 13. Linebackers walking up into the gaps. Let's see if they come or they back off. Nope. Delayed blitz, and under pressure, down goes Takada again. The ball kicks loose. Is it live? They're going to say it is. If it is, it's going to be a touchdown, and it's a touchdown for Alex Gross.
4th defensive touchdown of the night if it stands.
They may take a look at this. The ball came loose. The question is whether or not the quarterback, Takada, was down when it came loose. The officials will take a look at it. It'll be up for video review as well. Let's take a look.
Takada has the football.
On the field, there's a touchdown.
Sherlock pulls it out of there. I thought he was down.
That ball's, well, the ball's coming loose, though. He doesn't have control of it when the knee hits. That's the issue. Let's see it again.
I thought he landed on the turf, but let's watch it again. Sherlock's going to come from the left side. Going to try and pull it out of there.
You might be right, Joe, but whether or not is in control when his hip hits the ground, that's going to be the question. This might be our best angle.
That's close. That is really close. Alex Gross, number 34, jumped on the fumble. He'll get credit for the touchdown if it stands.
If it stands. That's the question.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
All right.
You can see the key is control when his points would be down. He didn't have the football under control. It was already on its way out. It rolls into the end zone and into the arms of Alex Gross. And as you said, third defensive touchdown for Team USA, 4th overall.
Yeah, 4 defensive touchdowns in the game. Don't see that very often.
No, you do not. Kevin Burke to hold for Ed Runke. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It's all Team USA. With the extra point, they extend their lead 52-12. We at Big Time Sports are proud partners with USA Football and ESPN in producing all 12 USA World Championship games. The Big Time Sports Network brings you the best in sports by television, radio, mobile app, and online. Catch all the action on Big Time Sports. Go to www.bigtimesports.com or catch Big Time Sports on the mobile app at BTS Ohio. Follow them on Twitter at BTS Ohio.
Well, it started out in 90-degree weather, and it's turned into a beautiful evening here in Northeast Ohio, USA. You got to look at Dan Hawkins sending his special teams out to kick it away, 52-12.
These games started back on July 9th. They were played on the 9th, the 12th, the 15th, and the culminating in the gold medal round games today. Yeah, those 3 games a day, each of those contests, and it's seeing the temperature 83 degrees here in Canton, Ohio, and it's even warmer than that down on the artificial surface, as you might imagine. From a yard deep in his own end zone, bringing it out is Ryo Takagi, and he's gotten a workout today. He, along with Kirihara, have had plenty of opportunities to put up big numbers in all-purpose yards. They've had their opportunities to return kickoffs.
T.L. Edwards, another Blue Raider out of Middle Tennessee State, in on that tackle on the special teams.
Under 8 minutes remaining. And this one has been all USA. And Japan started out with the possession in the first. And how about this? Look who's back into the ball game.
I did not expect this. Kato.
Shohei Kato back in, and he throws, almost picked off. Stepping in front of that pass was an errant pass, and a nice job by Calvin Burnett Jr. out of Indiana State.
Here's Kato going to stare down his receiver, and Burnett almost steps in to make the interception. You can see how frustrated he is.
Man, he wanted that. He still wants it. Look at him. He looks over to the sideline to his teammates. Thought he had one, and he let it slip away. Pass was intended for Junpei Yashimoto. Back to pass. Kato will try this one underneath, in and out of the hands of Noriaki Kinoshita. It falls incomplete.
Well, USA came into this game averaging a little over 51 points a game in their first 3 games. Look where they're at. They're at 52 right now.
Right on schedule. And after slow starts in games 1 and 2, where they eventually won big 30-6 against Mexico and 43-18 against this Japanese team, they came out in a flurry against France and won going away 82-0, and started the same way today, scoring all of the points early on. And they've been coasting here in the 3rd and 4th quarters, trying to get this game over with so they can stand on the gold medal platform and accept their 3rd consecutive championship.
Kato still throwing it, but can't make the completion.
Kinoshita unable to pull that one in, thrown a little bit behind him, had to do the 360.
Brian Douglas there defensively out of Boise State. First time we've seen him in the secondary.
Incomplete pass will stop the clock, 7:20 remaining. High snap pulled down. And the low line drive is fielded at the 25. And he'll take it ahead before he's run out of bounds. So Team USA back in at quarterback for the Americans will be Dylan Favre.
Seen them both tonight. Both have had their good moments.
Nice return by Andy Erickson out of Texas State and Austin, Texas. Get an opportunity on special teams.
Well, you see a good mixture on this USA team of some Power 5 conferences, some mid-majors, some D3s, but they've all blended into an outstanding football team.
Yes, they have, and really came into their own here in the final two games, the semifinals and here in the gold medal contest. Japan wanting to blitz off both corners in a delayed count by the quarterback Dylan Favre, who saw him coming. He just waited for him to cross the line of scrimmage. And they were offside, so they're going to say that
team 79 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
James Atoe out of Washington is the guilty party for Team USA.
We've got our MVPs for this gold medal game. We'll announce them here in a few minutes.
Favre turns, hands off inside after the penalty is assessed, and now things are getting a little crazy as Ernst Brunn gets tangled up.
A little composure there, guys.
Well, on both sides, really. It's getting a bit frustrating. It's been a good contest to this point. Moriyuki Hirai get tangled up with the tight end Ernst Brunn. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail here. Officials say, hey, break it up. Be done with it. No penalties.
Take a look at international competition. These two teams have become big rivals. Japan, USA.
Three-step drop. Passes into the flats to Trent Steelman. Steelman has the reception before he's knocked out of bounds at the 48. And right on cue, Trent Steelman, our MVP.
He has had some great moments tonight. Trent Steelman out of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point.
And that big touchdown run on the jet sweep. 4 carries for 56 yards. That's his third reception. For over 20 yards, he's the Team USA MVP. We'll have one forthcoming for Japan as well. Pass over the middle. Speak of the devil. Trent Steelman has the reception as he gets behind the linebackers and underneath the safeties for a nice catch over the middle, and he needs a breather.
He sure does. Right on cue. Favre to Steelman down the middle of the field, wide open.
Does a nice job running up that seam between the linebackers, gets behind them. Favre does an excellent job waiting for him to come open in that little soft area inside the zone, and he hits him right on the hands for a first down. Design draw play. Favre will carry. He calls his own number and takes it down to the 20-yard line. Give him a gain of about 5. It'll be second and short for team offenses. They're knocking on the door of the red zone once again.
I would guess if people living in the Canton area are looking for a party tonight, I would head over to Walsh University as you take a look at the Japanese MVP. That is Kato, the quarterback. There will be some parties going on tonight at Walsh, led by the Australians.
They got to leave early tomorrow, but they'll be having some fun tonight.
Don't blame them.
Yep. And all the fury that they had between the lines will dissipate, and it'll be all about camaraderie. And all in the name of football. What a great event this has been.
Been fun.
Been great to be a part of it. Favre, play action, throws underneath. This one is caught by Drew Banks. 10 of 20 tonight, 98 yards for our Japanese MVP, the quarterback Shohei Kato. He gets my MVP vote just for coming back after that sandwich hit that saw him limp off the field. I didn't think we were going to see him again.
I was shocked when I saw him come back on the field. He limped off, thought it was a more serious injury, but He wanted a couple more snaps.
Handoff inside, Sadale Foster. They haven't needed Foster much, but he is fresh, and he bowls his way down near the 10 on 2nd and 10. Give him 5. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 9-yard line. Clock will continue to run as Team USA keeps it on the ground. They're getting ever closer to the gold medal presentation.
And they keep playing fast at no huddle again.
Favre will keep it on the read option inside the 10 to the 5. He's headed to the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Dylan Favre.
Boy, he wanted that one. Turned the corner on the right side. I didn't think he was going to get in. From up here, it looked like Japan was going to bring him down. He broke a couple tackles. Then inside the 2, kind of spun around. And that's when he knew he was close to the end zone. Let's watch it again. He's going to get inside the 3 and watch him kind of spin around and reach for the end zone. Another USA touchdown from field level.
And then from about the 2, he puts his heels into the ground and jumps backwards into the end zone. Here's the extra point attempt. It is up and good. Burke on the hold, and Runke with the kick. And Team USA on top, 59-12.
You think Dylan Favre runs it better than his uncle or not?
He's got a ways to go if he's going to catch his uncle, who is still the only man in history to have 3 consecutive MVP awards.
There you take a look at him right there, Dylan Favre.
But he's having fun, that's for sure. 9-yard touchdown run for Team USA quarterback. What a combination when you talk about Favre and Kevin Burke. Put all their numbers together, and the 2-headed quarterback for Team USA, quite impressive in this 2015 World Championship.
Dylan Favre, University of Tennessee, Martin.
We will have, we will not cover them, but following the, well, we will cover, I'm sorry. We will be covering the medal presentation and the closing ceremonies here in Canton. Set to kick it off is Ed Runke. Already the teams are uniting in the far corner. If we can eventually get a shot of that, they're having fun over there. They're realizing this is the culmination as Kirihara has a nice return all the way out across the 35 near the 40. His helmet comes off. He'll have to head over to the sideline, but already you can see Brazil, Australia, all the teams uniting in the far corner, and they're whooping it up. They're ready to come out for the closing ceremonies. I'm sure some of them are anxious to get home, Joe, but I think some of them are also having some fun and want to make the most of this final moments of celebration of the 2015 World Championships here in Canton, Ohio.
A lot of these players have paid their own way to come here to Northeastern Ohio.
For the tournament, Team USA passing 72 for 111, 840 yards through the air for Team USA.
The Australians leading that party down there in the end zone.
That's
wow.
the Brazilians as well. You get the Brazilians, they know how to throw a party too.
Boy, great catch right there. Still throwing the football.
We've got penalty flags. Let's see if this is going to stand. Injured player for Japan near the midfield mark. Down to 2:25 remaining before the medal ceremony.
Illegal formation on the offense. 2-minute players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Timeout for an injured player.
Clock will continue to run. We're down there the 2-minute mark. It's been all Team USA. They've won 3 straight. They will go to 11-0 all time in the IFAF World Championships, and those 11 wins will tie them with Japan for the most wins in the 5 championship series. Team USA is going to take a timeout, stopping the clock at 2:05.
Well, it's been fun. A lot of anticipation with this group of countries coming to Canton, Ohio to play for a World's Championship. Take a look at a very pleased head coach Dan Hawkins of USA.
And really taking a look quickly at his entire coaching staff, Joe. Paul Wolf out of Tampa, Florida, former San Francisco 49ers offensive assistant. Robert Tucker. His son Cody Hawkins is the quarterback coach. He was a graduate assistant at the Ohio State University. And Darian Hagan, former director of player development at the University of Colorado, former SMU associate head coach Dan Morrison. So you can see the pedigree of the coaching staff. Jeff Brady, Isaiah Jackson, and Matt White among the coaching staff for Team USA. What an outstanding job they have done preparing this team. Pass is incomplete, intended, but underthrown for the wide receiver coming across the middle, and that was Ryo Tkaji.
Well, the contest well decided, but if you're an offensive football team, you always want to try and get in the end zone one more time. Well, come out of this with a pretty good feeling.
Everybody's looking for that one big play, too,
sure,
at the end of the ball game.
Something to remember.
And if Shohei Kato could come up with a big pass, he wants to do it. Somebody wants to make a big catch. This pass is caught shy of first down yardage at the 45. And
timeout, Japan. That's their first timeout. Second half.
Japan takes the timeout. And let's take timeout ourselves to show you the highlight of the game, the huddle highlight of the game. And it was a big sack, Joe.
Here it comes. Ball pops loose. Johnny on the spot. Kyle Oglebody picks it up, goes into the end zone. A defensive player's dream. Pick it up, score a touchdown. And there you take a look at the mass celebration by all the teams that are not in the game right now. Everybody except Japan and the USA down in the right corner of the end zone. And they are partying, they're having fun, they're ready for the introductions of the teams, the final ceremonies. Dan Hawkins talking to his assistants.
They're having fun. That highlight brought to you by Huddle, official video solutions partner of USA Football.
Not sure what they're talking about.
Where's the Gatorade? Where's the Gatorade bat?
Shaking hands with everybody. Coach Hawkins say, if we can get the ball back one more time, I have a play for us.
Minute 40 remaining. It's 4th and 2. 3-step drop. Kato throws incomplete, and Team USA will take over on downs with 1:35 remaining. They'll only have to take a couple of knees and prepare themselves for the gold medal presentation.
The USA with an outstanding performance. They're celebrating down below us on the near side of the field. They'll get the gold medal. They'll get the World Championship trophy. But more than that, they'll have a memory-filled experience here in Canton, Ohio.
We talked about over 800 yards through the air for Team USA in 4 games. On the ground, they were just as effective, maybe more. 162 rushes for 982 yards, including 16 touchdowns. Victory formation. Kevin Burke under center takes the snap. He'll step back, take a knee. And the clock will continue to run. At this point, it's all in the books, and this game may have been decided at halftime. Some key plays for Team USA early on, the outstanding defensive plays. They were able to put together outstanding offense throughout. You can see the congratulatory hugs beginning on the Team USA sideline. It's been a grind, a 10-day mini camp prior to this tournament.
Well,
4 games literally in a matter of 9 days.
They didn't know each other about a month ago. Now they're lifelong friends and brothers.
There it is. They walked him right into it.
Why not?
Oh, they ambushed Dan Hawkins.
Hey, it's 83 degrees out there.
He was walking along, minding his own business, and they walked him right into the Gatorade gauntlet.
I could have taken one of those at noon today.
Oh, my. Walked him right into it. Another knee taken by the offense. And now the congratulatory hugs and show of respect down on the field between the Warriors that brought us this outstanding gold medal game. Team USA has won back-to-back gold medals in the World Championship of American football.
Dan Hawkins looking for somebody to shake a hand with, looking for the opposing coach. There it is.
There's a great meeting at midfield between Kiyuyuki Mori and head coach Dan Hawkins. Team USA improves to 11-0 all-time, winning gold medals in 3 consecutive World Championships. First in 2007 in their first ever appearance in the tournament. A 23-20 overtime win over Japan. They backed that up with a win 50-7 against Canada in 2011.